Greetings from the Sirius Collective. We bid you greetings. We thank you for allowing us to connect with your energy, to connect with your presence, and to enter into your space. The collective vibration that settles here is amplifying, intensifying, and it is a beacon. Continue to do the work that you do. Continue to cast your vibration outward. Many are connecting to it. Many are awakening because of it. For each of you that are present here, for each of you that have taken the journey to greet us this evening, we wish to impart on you the blessing of the Sirian energy. Allow it to flow through you. Allow it to surround you. Allow it to fill you. Allow your DNA structure to be amplified. For the cleansing and purifying that takes place through this energy will enlighten you in the downloads that each and every one of you are receiving. Is settling yourself with intention to connect, allowing your vibration to rise. As we enter into your physical space, we are here for your presence. We are here for your teaching. We are here for your healing. If you have a question, please ask your question.
What would you like to share about the 8-8 in our time, the Lionsgate portal? What do we need to know?
As the elders of your planet have experienced in the past, as segmented alignments take place, whether it is your calendar or whether it is your celestial alignments, as this aligning takes place, the energetic threading that aligns all of your vibrations, and not only your singular human vibration, but your planetary vibration and all things upon it. This singular threading that takes place, you can look upon it as a bridge, an opening, a gateway to multi-dimensional realms. We are the facilitators of that understanding. We are the facilitators that have brought that into awareness upon your planet throughout time. This singular threading, this bridging, this gateway. As it comes upon your planet, as it begins to open, allow your physical being to be touched by the frequencies that are emitted. Allow your physical presence to rest and consume the information within. Allow yourself to travel upon this bridge, this thread. Allow yourself to experience the multi-dimensional aspects. Therefore, it will take you into many different directions, many different dimensions. Set yourself your intention for this experience, for it is the intention that is the vibrational key that unlocks the pathway to enter. So it is this frequency, it is this threading, it is this gateway that each and every one can step into and experience. And when you do, your physical presence, your energetic presence, will experience healing in a different dimensional aspect. You will physically feel changes upon the physical body. You will energetically feel the changes within. Some of the memories may be retained. Many will remain in the multi-dimensional aspect. This is purposeful. This is so that you understand, just for that moment, the changes that are taking place. But once you enter back into your physical self here in this time frame, much of that is forgotten. That is purposeful. For if you were to remain in that multi-dimensional aspect of healing, of knowing, of understanding, of teachings, you would not want to remain where you are in the physical plane. This is the challenge for all physical beings, whether it is upon your planet or other planets that have human experiences, parallel existences, different dimensional timelines. It is all purposeful to understand that you have a glimpse into what is in front of you, but the full remembrance eludes you.
Thank you for that explanation. That makes a lot of sense. And I haven't really heard it put that way before, so thank you. And you said that our vibration as a group has been intensifying and emanating out and is helping to awaken people. Can you, from your perspective, actually see what that looks like, those vibrations, that frequency when it's connecting with others? Can you see that? And if so, what does it look like?
Not only we, as the Sirius Collective, but many other galactic collectives understand the combination of energies. For your group that is present here in this location is but just one node upon your planet. And when they are collectively together, the vibrations, the vibrational aspects, it would be as if you were to witness in your technologies a white beam, a white laser that is pointing off into the galaxies. But that is just one tiny stream, and you are not alone. There are many others that are collectively gathering for the same purpose. So in that, they're all connecting together. So it is not just one tiny thread, one tiny stream that enters into the galaxies. It is the collectives of groups that are doing the same. So it is one large white stream of energy that is broadcasting itself out into the galaxies. Though it is not visible to you in your physical plane from a vibrational state, it is quite bright, quite solid. But within that, There is language, there's communication, there are questions. It's a full stream of consciousness that is being received throughout all the galaxies. And in time, that information is then returned back down through that stream into each individual. What is asked is then received. What is questioned is answered. That is your portal, that is your stream of consciousness that is opened to receive.
Awesome, thank you. And what dimension are you all visiting us from tonight?
The collective, the Sirian Collective, is broadcasting and transmitting from the 9th and 10th dimension.
So no bodies.
This is correct.
If you were to embody, what would you look like?
If you were to place us into a physical form that your eyes could recognize, it would be a large humanoid figure. Much taller, much more slender than your physical presence. A bit translucent, bluish in color, with a white center, a white consciousness center, streaming all consciousness, broadcasting all consciousness, being present with you. Though manipulating the space and time around you in order to make it still, so that you can enter into and understand our presence.
Amazing, thank you.
I have a question too. We have many healing modalities here on Earth, and I wonder which ones were inspired by Sirius beings. If you can give us a few examples, I'm just curious.
From a vibrational standpoint, those modalities, those healing frequencies that manipulate voice and form, shifting energy and placing energy in and around another individual, manipulating the space of energy fields around an individual. Those modalities that work within the consciousness, those modalities that work within the dimensional consciousness of an individual, allowing them to recess themselves into a space in which they then are witness to themselves. Those modalities that allow vision to shift through the manipulation of hand gestures, voice inflection, and self-induction of awareness.
Is there anybody here in this room who is present as part of the collective? And if so, what's their role?
The individual that has just asked the question that is known as Maria is present in the collective. This would be a multi-dimensional correlation of aspect, not a parallel existence, but separated from the physical plane that is existent here and the multidimensional process of energy within the collective.
I just got a wave of
Yeah.
Thank you.
Does she have a specific role in the collective?
As part of the collective, there are no specific roles. Specific roles are placed upon specific individuals as you, as humans, have a perspective of what you should do and what you should not do. That is a particular role. Once you have achieved a particular level, as you would see it in dimensional aspects, this being the dimensional plane that we are broadcasting from. As part of the collective, there is no role. There is one singular stream of consciousness from that collective.
I have one more question. When I work with my clients doing light and language, am I connecting with this collective consciousness?
This is your primary transmissional point. You are entering into the collective consciousness of the Sirian aspect, drawing in that energy and broadcasting it through your voice of a physical human.
Thank you.
Is the Sirian Collective the same as the Sirian High Council?
It is not. The Sirian Collective is a collective of all consciousnesses of all Sirians. The Sirian High Council is made up of a number specific to that council. There are a number of different Sirian councils, dependent upon the galactic system they are associated with. The one closest and associated here for this galactic system has 12 members of its council.
Wow, thank you. If you were saying that during the meditation we all visited with you and received healing, if I envisioned it as a ship, would that have been a fifth dimensional presentation of your energy?
When you enter into a meditative state that is induced through a vibrational expression for awareness, it is a meditation that is led. It is allowing your consciousness, your physical consciousness, and your physical vibration to combine, bind together. Your physical consciousness is going to script what you see in front of you. So each and every one of you will be presented a different aspect of that journey that you are vibrationally on. Though it is a different frame of reference for each individual, the collective vibration is being transported with intention to that specific location, no matter the difference in imagery. Do not be overly concerned about the imagery that is placed in front of you. That is your physical consciousness giving you a state of awareness to focus on while you are journeying through this dimensional plane.
Beautifully said, thank you. And who were all of the beings that were touching Elaine? Were they various Sirian beings?
This is the Sirian presence that surrounds this individual. Many of them are placing hands upon in order to support, mainly to support, in this change and in this evolution that is taking place. There is some teachings that have been imparted. Those will be broadcast and awakened in a period ahead.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm. Was the being that joined me in our meditation on this Sirian High Council?
there were two High Council members that made themselves into your presence. You recognized one. There was one that was surrounding you that you were not recognizing during this particular process. Allow yourself time to re-enter into that meditative space, allowing the other to make presence with you. These two council members will be providing downloads and information for internal change in the future.
Thank you.
What, I saw you tried it during my transmission. What was that about?
The trident itself represents the three aspects of self, the three aspects dimensionally of self, looking at each one of those locations in your specific field. One being multidimensional aspect of the galactic collective, one being of the alignment with higher expression of self, and one being present here. The combining of the three being the co-location of the understanding that you are in this process of change.
Beautiful.
And what was in the book that I was reading?
Many of you were presented with scripture that has been placed in front of you. It was presented to you in multiple forms. These are all represented scriptures, writings, presentations of your expressions throughout time. No matter whether it is this expression here in this physical form, or it has taken place in multi-dimensions, or in past expressions, or in future expressions, it does not matter. It is all one expression, scripted and scribed out. Scriptures for words, for placement, for understanding, for teachings. It is all of everything placed in front of you. It is for your understanding that will become unlocked.
Thank you.
I have one more question. I feel there is a presence here on my left, like a female presence. Who's that?
The female representation that stands directly to your left is the representation that was given to you during the meditative space. This is this individual that you are connecting to, but the understanding, which you must be aware of, this is your projection of self from the Sirius Collective into physical form here, present with you. It is your counterpart. It is your co-worker. It is your co-presence, your co-energy. So when you begin to work with other individuals, sense that presence alongside you. This is the gateway imparting the interdimensional connection key.
Okay. Should I call her Leora? Is that-
Long as you understand the presence, the name will align to your vocal cords.
Thank you.
Do you all work with the Merkaba?
With the presence of the Merkaba within your physical plane. This is not a representation of the Sirius collection. It is, though it is a projection for your awareness. If it is coming into your awareness, understand the geometrical aspect of vibration that it surrounds itself with. Understand its presence, understand its power of vibration to transport you or any other individual into another multi-dimensional plane. You are using it as a representative point in time to hold, to co-locate into another location.
Awesome, thank you. And you said that your collective tonight was healing, doing some healing work on our group members. What specifically was happening, please?
As this vibration is entering into this space, it has been presented to you in a form at which you would recognize as light language. This healing process is to have the vibrational tones, the vibrational aspects to integrate into the energetic field. It is not to be processed by the physical ears, but it is to enter into the physical field. This is a DNA change point. This is a vibrational alignment point.
This is Chris, and my gift or message was not words or light language. It was just a vision or a picture of a lush jungle, very blue skies, with the tip of what appeared to be a pyramid coming out of the trees, like I was seeing it from a distance. Is there a more meaning to that you can tell me?
What's presented in front of you is the perspective from your physical plane. It is this peering and just seeing the surface of what is existent. And this is a vibrational shifting that is taking place. Your awareness is much higher than that, but your physical aspect is still at the treetop level, looking just above the trees. It is this point at which a shift is taking place vibrationally with your alignment and your understanding of your galactic presence that will lift you, loft you above the trees so you can see the perspective that lies below you. This will then, you will see this pyramid shape. This will be your home. This will be your vibrational home. This is where you will enter into for your interdimensional travel.
Thank you very much.
During my transmission, I was talking to a child. Well, I saw a Syrian talking to what I believe to be my child self or a child. What is the Syrian's mission here on Earth for the children?
For you perceive them as children, as young, very young human individuals. It is a much higher dimensional energy that is being projected in these small children. It is this Syrian connection to many of the children, but their energy is much higher presence. They're much higher dimensionally planed. So it is an integration point of understanding what they will be projecting. It is a bit of a class as you were to be presented with information, but yet understanding that you are in this childlike form. One must wait a period of time to begin to express this understanding, these teachings, these healing planes. For these children are those that will be presenting this information to the greater collective of humanity in their own time.
Is my granddaughter Giovanna Rose one of those, and how can I support her as I do not have great access to her? Physical access to her.
She is not present within the Sirian collective, Sirian aspect of this dimensional plane. Her dimensionality aspect to the collective group of Illyrans is her presence. She similarly is connected. For your support is to witness vibrationally. Envision you being placed in front. Envision through meditation you instructing. Envision you supporting this Lyrian connection in order to process as a voice for humanity.
Thank you.
Before we close, is there anything else that we need to be aware of, please?
Just as you have been doing, just as you have been entering into a space of awareness, understanding for your galactic presence. For many of you, you do not understand the level at which you are galactically connected. You understand one small aspect. You have an understanding that there is a primary galactic connection. Each and every one of you that sit here in this collective have multi-dimensional aspects throughout the galaxies. That is what is needed to be understood. That is what is needed to be connected to. For the information that is provided by one galactic system is much different from another galactic system. You are the pathway, you are the gateway to bring that information to this existence. You are the radio receiver to bring that information here to this dimensional plane. To bring it from the higher dimensional planes and allow it to cascade through you out to others. That is why you are here. Allow that process to begin to flow through you. As water flows through a river, allow you to flow that information outward to humanity that surrounds you. That is what we wish as the Sirius Collective to impart upon you.
Thank you so very much. We're very grateful for your presence tonight.
And we thank you for allowing us to be amongst you in this vibrational plane.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.